Welcome to Monitoring and Troubleshooting. Learn how to keep your BTP solutions healthy. This means proactively checking your applications and services to ensure they are running smoothly and fixing issues before they affect users. For example, setting up alerts to notify you if an application's memory use gets too high. Regular monitoring is key to maintaining reliable and performant solutions. Set up monitoring to catch issues early. This means proactively configuring tools to watch your SAP BTP applications and services for problems before they affect users. For example, an alert can notify you if an application's memory usage is too high, allowing you to fix it before a crash occurs. This proactive approach is essential for maintaining smooth and reliable operations. Use tools to quickly find and fix problems. This means employing built-in SAP BTP services to identify and resolve issues efficiently. For example, if an app is slow, use the alert notification service to detect the bottleneck and take corrective action. Mastering these tools ensures your solutions remain reliable and performant. Build confidence in managing your BTP environment. This means gaining the skills to oversee your platform's health and solve issues independently. For example, if an application runs slowly, you will learn to check logs and metrics to identify the root cause. Mastering these steps ensures you can maintain smooth operations with assurance. Understanding the critical importance of monitoring prevents small issues from becoming big problems. This means catching errors early before they escalate. For example, a memory leak in an application can be detected when it uses slightly more resources than usual, allowing you to fix it before a system crash occurs. Proactive monitoring is essential for maintaining smooth operations. Helps you maintain happy users. This means proactively catching issues before they disrupt your team's work. For example, if an application starts responding slowly, monitoring alerts you to fix it before users complain. Keeping systems running smoothly ensures your colleagues can focus on their tasks without technical frustrations. Saves time by catching issues early. This means identifying small problems before they grow into major outages. For example, if a memory leak starts consuming resources, monitoring detects it immediately so you can fix it before the application crashes. Proactive monitoring ensures your solutions run smoothly and efficiently. Gives you confidence your solution is working well. This means you can trust that your applications are performing as expected without constant manual checks. For example, monitoring can alert you immediately if an online order processing system slows down, preventing customer delays. This continuous assurance lets you focus on innovation rather than worrying about system failures. Accessing the monitoring tools for SAP BTP. Log into SAP BTP Cockpit. This means opening the main web dashboard where you manage your cloud applications. For example, a developer would sign in here to check their app's performance after a new feature release. This initial step is essential to access all monitoring functions. Navigate to your global account. This means going to the main container in SAP BTP that holds all your organizational resources. For instance, a project manager would first access their company's global account to oversee all related sub-accounts and applications. This initial step is essential for accessing the monitoring features you need. Find the monitoring section in the left menu. This means looking on the left side of your SAP BTP cockpit for the specific area labeled monitoring. For example, if you want to check your application's health, you would click there to view performance metrics. This is your central hub for all monitoring tasks. Explore the different monitoring options available. This means you can choose from various tools to track your application's health and performance. For instance, use the SAP BTP cockpit to monitor memory usage of your employee portal app. Understanding these tools ensures you maintain optimal system operation. Setting up basic monitoring for SAP BTP. Go to Monitoring section in BTP Cockpit. This is where you check the health and performance of your applications and services. For instance, if your app is running slowly, you can view logs and metrics here to diagnose issues. Staying proactive with monitoring helps ensure your solutions remain reliable and efficient. Select the services you want to monitor. This means choosing which specific SAP BTP applications or components you will track for performance and health. For instance, if you have a sales app and a database running, you might only monitor the app. This focused selection ensures you efficiently manage only what matters most. Choose what metrics to track. This means selecting specific, measurable data points that indicate your application's health and performance. For example, you might track CPU usage to ensure your app does not overload the server. Focusing on the right metrics helps you quickly identify and resolve potential issues. Save your monitoring configuration. This means preserving your alert rules and dashboard settings so they persist after logout. For example, setting CPU alerts for your dev system, then saving ensures they remain active tomorrow. Consistently saving prevents rebuilding configurations repeatedly. Configuring alerts. Step 1. In the Monitoring section, click Alerts. This means you go to the part of SAP BTP that tracks system health and select the Alerts option to manage notifications. For example, if your application's memory usage gets too high, you'd come here to set up a warning. This is your first step to proactively handling potential issues in your cloud environment. Choose Create Alert Configuration. This initiates the setup for monitoring specific events in your SAP BTP applications. For instance, you can create an alert to notify your team whenever a critical application's memory usage exceeds 80%. This first step activates the monitoring framework for your environment. Select which service to monitor. This means choosing the specific application or system component in BTP that you want to keep an eye on for any issues. For example, you might select your HANA database service to track its performance. This initial choice is crucial as it sets the foundation for your entire alert configuration. Pick the metric you want to track. This means selecting a specific, measurable data point from your application or service to monitor. For example, you might choose to track the CPU usage percentage of your cloud application. By defining this metric, you set the foundation for your alert to detect meaningful changes. Configuring alerts. Step 2. Set the threshold for when alert triggers. This means defining the exact condition that activates the alert, like a specific number or status. For example, trigger an alert if your application's memory usage exceeds 80%. Properly setting this ensures you are notified of issues at the right moment. Choose who gets notified. This means selecting specific people or teams to receive alert messages when issues occur. For example, if a payment system fails, you might notify only the finance team lead rather than the entire IT department. This ensures the right individuals take immediate action. Select notification method, email. This means choosing how you want to be told when an alert is triggered using an email message. For example, if your application's memory usage gets too high, you can have an email sent directly to your inbox. This ensures you are promptly informed of any critical issues. Test your alert to make sure it works. This means triggering the alert conditions yourself to verify proper notification delivery. For example, if monitoring CPU usage, temporarily spike server load to confirm the alert triggers and you receive the email. This validation step ensures your monitoring is active and reliable when real issues occur. Locating application logs for troubleshooting and monitoring. Navigate to application logs in Cockpit. This means opening the SAP BTP Cockpit and selecting the specific section where all your application logs are stored. For instance, if your app has an error, you'd go here to review the detailed logs and identify the issue. This direct access helps you quickly troubleshoot and resolve problems. Select your application or service. This means you first choose which specific app or BTP service you want to check logs for from your accounts list. For example, if you have a travel approval app, you would select it to see its specific error logs. This precise selection ensures you quickly find the relevant log data you need. Choose time period to review. This means selecting a specific time frame to filter your logs, so you only see entries from a certain period. For example, if your app had an error yesterday, you'd set the time range to yesterday to quickly locate those specific logs. This focused approach saves time and helps you pinpoint issues efficiently. Filter logs to find what you need. This means using search tools to display only the specific log entries you are interested in, such as errors from a certain time. For example, if your app failed this morning, you would filter by today's date and error severity. This focused approach saves you significant time during troubleshooting. Reading logs effectively. Look for error messages in red. Red text in logs typically indicates critical errors that need immediate attention. For instance, if a user's registration fails, a red error message might state user creation failed due to duplicate email. Always prioritize resolving these red highlighted issues to maintain system stability. Check timestamps to know when issues occurred. This means noting the exact time an error happened to trace its cause. For example, if a user reports a login failure, you'd look for error entries around their reported time. Pinpointing the moment is your first step toward resolution. Use search to find specific errors. Instead of manually scanning logs, use the search function to locate exact error codes or keywords. For example, if users report login issues, search for authentication failed to immediately find relevant entries. This saves time and helps you address problems efficiently. Read log descriptions to understand the problem. This means carefully reading the full log message, not just the error code, to grasp what went wrong. For example, If a log says failed to connect to database, timeout after 30 seconds, you know the issue is a network delay, not wrong credentials. Always start troubleshooting by thoroughly reading the log details. Checking the health of your SAP BTP services. Go to Service Health in Cockpit. This is your dashboard to see if all your SAP BTP services are running normally. For instance, if your mobile app cannot sync data, you'd check here to see if the mobile services are down. This quick check helps you confirm if an issue is on your side or SAP's. See overall status of all services. This means you can instantly view the operational health of every SAP BTP service you use from a single dashboard. For example, a developer can check if the SAP HANA Cloud database and the workflow service are both running normally before starting their work. This centralized view is essential for maintaining system reliability. Check if any services have issues. This means verifying the operational status of your SAP BTP services to ensure they are running smoothly. For example, before a critical report runs, you would check that your analytics service is healthy and not experiencing any downtime. This proactive check helps prevent disruptions and maintain business continuity. View performance metrics over time. This means tracking how a service behaves, like response times and availability across hours, days, or weeks. For example, monitor your e-commerce app's checkout service to spot slowdowns during peak shopping periods. Consistently observing these trends helps you maintain optimal performance and reliability. Common issues and quick fixes. Service not responding, check if it is running. This means to verify your service is active and operational in the BTP cockpit. For example, if your application cannot connect to the SAP HANA Cloud database, first check its status in your sub-account. Always confirm your service is started before investigating other potential issues. Application errors, review application logs. This means checking the detailed records your app automatically generates when problems occur. For example, if users cannot log in, the logs might show a database connection failure. Always check logs first to pinpoint the exact cause of errors. Slow performance, check resource usage. This means monitoring your application's CPU, memory, and database consumption. For instance, an app might slow down if its memory usage is consistently high, nearing its quota. Regularly reviewing these metrics helps you identify and resolve performance bottlenecks efficiently. Connectivity problems, verify network settings. This means checking if your system can reach SAP BTP services through firewalls or proxies. For example, if your app cannot access an SAP API, confirm your corporate network allows outbound HTTPS traffic. Always resolve this before investigating application code. Your troubleshooting toolkit. Monitoring dashboards for overview. This gives you a single screen to see the health and performance of your applications and services. For instance, you can instantly check if your employee portal is running smoothly or if it is experiencing high traffic. This centralized view is your first and fastest way to spot potential issues before they escalate. Alerts for immediate notification. This means the system automatically sends you urgent messages when critical issues occur, so you can act instantly. For example, If your application's memory usage suddenly spikes, you will get an alert to investigate and prevent a crash. This tool keeps your operations running smoothly by ensuring you are always informed of problems right away. Logs for detailed investigation. These are chronological records of system events that help you trace and understand issues. For example, if a user reports an app error, you can check the logs to see the exact error code and timestamp when it occurred. Always consult logs to pinpoint root causes effectively. Service health for status checks. This means using SAP BTP's dashboard to instantly verify if a specific cloud service is running normally or experiencing issues. For example, before a data import, you check the SAP HANA Cloud Service status to confirm it is operational. This proactive step helps you avoid working with an unavailable service and quickly confirms the platform's state. Practice makes perfect. Try setting up monitoring for a test service. This means configuring tools to track your service's health and performance. For example, monitor a trial SAP HANA database to check its uptime and query response times. This hands-on practice builds the essential skills you will need for managing live services confidently. Create a simple alert configuration. This means setting up automatic notifications in SAP BTP to inform you when something specific happens, like a system error. For example, you could configure an alert to email your team if an application's memory usage gets too high. This proactive monitoring helps you address issues before they impact users. Practice finding and reading logs. This means actively searching for and understanding log files in your BTP applications to diagnose issues. For instance, if your app fails, you'd locate its logs in the cockpit and check for error messages to identify the cause. Consistently doing this builds your troubleshooting skills and confidence. Build your troubleshooting confidence. This means getting comfortable identifying and solving problems through hands-on practice. For example, if an app deployment fails, you'd check logs, diagnose the issue, and retry the deployment. The more you practice resolving such issues, the more self-assured you will become in handling real challenges. You are ready to monitor your applications. You can set up monitoring for BTP services. This means configuring tools to automatically watch your applications and data for issues like downtime or slow performance. For example, monitor an e-commerce app to ensure it stays online during a holiday sale. This proactive approach helps you maintain reliable and responsive services for your users. You know how to configure alerts. This means you set up the system to automatically notify you when specific issues or performance thresholds are met. For instance, you can create an alert to send an email if your application's memory usage exceeds 80%. This proactive skill ensures you can address potential problems before they impact users. You can use logs to troubleshoot. This means reviewing system records to pinpoint errors or unusual behavior. For example, if a payroll app fails, logs show the exact step where it stopped and why. Consistently checking logs helps you resolve issues faster and maintain smooth operations. You are prepared to keep your solutions healthy. This means you can now proactively check your applications on SAP BTP to ensure they are running smoothly and fix issues before they affect users. For example, if an application's response time slows down, You will detect it quickly and optimize performance. Your newfound skills let you maintain reliable, efficient cloud solutions.